Well, hi everybody. Welcome in once again, Pop's Mother Road Freebird Report. Today we're going to be doing injectors, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cleaning these older injectors, and after cleaning them, then we're going to take them apart, and after we take them apart, we're going to put in new nozzles. So it won't take long to get all 6 of these done, because I have already broken the seals on them because they are tightened down pretty tight. And when you try to loosen them, they can be a little bit of a booger to get loose because all the carbon's in there and everything. One of the things I want to just kind of remind you of when you're dealing with fuel and very small clearances is, remember, sharp objects can mess up clearances by scraping metal. All this metal is super hardened metal, so you don't have to worry too much about it being scraped up. But watch out for that, and also your hands. As much as you can, keep everything clean in this area. I know it's tough, carbon comes off, and as you use your carbon remover on your carb cleaner, it comes off, gets in your hand. So keep you some rags around, and after you spray anything on there, wipe it all down so you can get it all clean. That's about all the precautions we need. I've got old number 6 already done here. We're going to do 5 of them in record time. Actually, we're not going to do record time. We're just going to get it done. All right, let's take a look. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that when you pull all your injectors out, to make sure and number them. However you're going to number them, that's fine. I found these little tags on eBay that were pretty nice for being able to tag these things. I'll clip these off one at a time, but I'm going to replace them as I do them. You can see the number 6 down here. I've already taken the tag off of it, and so I'm going to have to replace it. But you always want to keep them in order. Make sure whatever cylinder they come out of, they go back into the same cylinder, and you clean them off as best as possible. All right, here's our number 6, and since it's already done, then I'm going to relabel it. And I've got the old one here is black, number 6, and I'm getting rid of that. And red number 6 says that it is ready to go back in the truck, or back in the engine. So we're going to get this back in here. All right, number 6, it's ready to go. All right, let's get number 5 over here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to snap this off of it, so we keep track of it. Don't ever want these things to get confused. Okay, first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to clean this thing off, and I like to use the wire wheel to do this. And since we're so close here, it's kind of awkward for me to show this to you. So I'm going to pause it right here, and then we'll come back after I get it cleaned off. All right, there's number 6. Number 5. Got it all cleaned up. See the numbers up there. All right, so what we'll do is we'll get a number 15 and a number 16. And the number 15 goes down here. The number 16 goes down here. Remember, I've already broken these loose in a vise, and so they're not that hard to get undone right here. But I'm going to show you what all we have to do. Now, they're going to get into some pretty small pieces in here. So as we back this thing out, hopefully we'll be able to show you how tiny it is. This area's got to be nice and clean so that you don't have any trouble getting contamination in there, because that would be bad. Okay, I'm going to spray down these little threaded area right here, try to clear that out. Alright, now it comes apart right there, and you'll notice it has a little tip right here. And that tip, we're going to take this apart and keep it in order so we'll know. And behind that's a spring. Alright, so there's the spring and that tip. See, that tip falls out of there. See that? I'm going to shove it back in there. It falls out, it's no big deal. So, this thing, you want to make sure that there's nothing down in there, like a shim or anything. And so we're going to double check it, make sure there's no shim down in there. There's not. Everything looks good down there. We'll give another little shot of this, clear it on out. All right. Now here's the other side that disassembles. You'll notice that I don't have my copper washer right there. There's a copper washer right there. That these washers are how deep inside the cylinder that you want these to go. And if you want these to be deeper inside the cylinder, the thinner the shim is going to be that goes in there, that copper washer. I'll show those to you here in just a minute. But let's get those out. Now these got to stay assembled and in the proper order. There's also pins that have to be respected in there. I'll show those to you. Okay. The pin and everything comes out. Now there's the pin. So that's down here, right? Right. This is next to the spring, so that's here. And there's one more piece that goes in there that stays in. All right. Now, I'm going to show you that end of it. You see down there the pattern of holes that's in there? You'll see that that matches up with this. And that has to go back in there like that. What that is right there, that is the top of your nozzle. And we're going to get that nozzle out here. So this is the old stock nozzle. Yep, I'm going to lay it to the side. Give it a little shoot out down here. You'll get lots of carbon right here at this orifice. This little orifice right here. Be real careful digging. All you want to do is just give it enough to kind of loosen up any carbon that's in there. And take a look down in there and give it just kind of a quick whisk into the threads to get everything cleared on the threads that are there. Clear it out. And we're done. Now, we got everything in order here, right? But this stays with this nozzle. This pin stays with this nozzle. And I'm running this in here, and I can tell you there's some friction in there that shouldn't be in there. So, we're taking a look at these, and these are 060s. And since this was a industrial engine, that's kind of the way that that'll have to show up. I'm not exactly sure where that is on the line, but that's the size that is that's coming out. We're going to put in 011s. And here comes my 011s, and we got these at Power Driven Diesel. There's the part number. Alright, so we're going to put the old one in there just to make sure so I don't get them confused. Here's the new one. Notice the holes, just to kind of show you how that's going to need to line up as it gets in there. If you try to get it in there and it doesn't sit flat like that, then you've got it lined up wrong. See, it's in a configuration of 2 there and 1 at the bottom. This one, it's 2 there, 1 at the bottom. Actually, these 2 posts and 1 hole. That's the holes where the fuel comes through. All right, so there it is. Right? All right. So, we'll set that in there. Make sure everything is square right there. It's rotating the weight on it. So that means that my posts are in there and my orifice is open, going through. Now we're going to put the spring back in. And once again. Okay, I want to stop right here. Take a look inside this orifice. You see this spot in the middle. There's supposed to be a little pit for that insert at the top of the spring to fit in there. If you see this flat like this, it's upside down. There's your configuration. I'm going to put just a slight bit of lubricant on this, not much. Let me go get that. It's just kind of like a drop is all you want on there. This really, really fine threads on this here, and so make sure that it's all cleaned up before we go back in. Spray it off, and just a touch of lube. Okay. All right, now there's your configuration. Now what I want you to do is I want you to watch as I screw this in. You'll see that it does not match up very well, and as I screw it in, then it doesn't go in all the way. I'm checking to see if the spring is right and the spring tip is right, and it's not fitting very well. Now watch as I screw it in and I get everything set. You'll see I'm not happy with it. Okay, I want to show you this. Make sure that this pitted side, this one in a pit in the middle, goes towards the back. Let me show you. There's a little depression in here, a little cup for it there. Over here it's flat. cup has got to face that little piece coming off of the spring. I kind of had it screwed up just then, so it's got to face that. There's your configuration there. All right, so that cup is where the tip of that pin goes in, right there. If you don't get that right, you are going to screw this up. So I'm double checking to make sure that my pin's lined up. All right, everything lined up. So I'm twisting on this, make sure that it's all in there right. All right. Back there, 15 and 16. You shouldn't have a whole lot of resistance until it's ready to seat on the bottom. Once it's ready to seat on the bottom, take a look at this one. You'll see that there's, well, that's not a good one to look at. How about old number 6 here? It screws in, it's going to screw in all the way down. It's not going to be but about a thread and a half left. And I'm almost there right now. About right. There we go. All right. There's number 5. I'm going to label it. It's ready to go. And now I only have 4 more to go.